All my life, I have been told that I am the spitting image of my mother, that I have her beautiful blue eyes, brown hair, and brilliant smile. Anyone who knows her says there is no way that she can deny me, or I her. However, what most people fail to recognize are the features I get from my dad, the thickness of my brown hair, or the almond shape of my blue eyes. Even the fullness of my lips are all traits to attribute to his side of the family. My dad is visibly African American, and while I am too, no one sees it. My paternal grandparents were a biracial couple who had 2 children, my dad and his sister. Between the 2 of them, there are now 5 grandchildren who can all claim a piece of this rich heritage. I, however, have always found it hard claiming this heritage, my heritage. I am roughly a quarter African American, but looking at me, you would probably never be able to tell. This has allowed me to slip further and further away from not only being identified with, but believing that I can identify with this side of myself. I have never once faced the kind of societal disadvantages that come simply from having more melanin in one's skin tone. Does this mean I'm not really a person of color? In which box should I check for my ethnicity when I can only choose one? I constantly wonder how my dad must feel about all this. It hit me that to the outside world, we are not the same. His reality was not mine. I don't experience life in the same way that he did growing up and continues to today, and I likely never will. Since then, I've noticed when people ignore or worse glare at my dad yet smile at me, or when they stare questionably at us when we are out together. Balancing the public identity that seems to have been given to me and the diverse yet equally important sides of myself is something I continue to struggle with today. I resent the fact that the world only recognizes one side of me and that I feel like I cannot complain because they're right. I do appear Caucasian. I also find it difficult to articulate these feelings as I haven't experienced the struggles associated with being a person of color because few people see the color in my person. I am conflicted because I wonder if this is something I even have a right to express. Am I supposed to just be grateful that I'm white passing? If I embrace my African American heritage, will I appear a fraud? This is the first time I've been able to articulate these worries, and knowing the everyday difficulties that my dad has to endure, it seems odd that I find this upsetting. I believe I am a perfectly beautiful blend of both of my parents, but the truth is, when society doesn't recognize my father's contribution to my appearance, it makes me feel like I'm losing a piece of him.